Welcome to Your Palm Beach Guide. I'm Doug Evans, the president and CEO of the Palm Beach Chamber of Commerce. And today we've got a wonderful, wonderful guest with us, Naiomy Duerr, who is going to tell us all about her background, her life, and getting into it. So this podcast is about the inside track, the inside story, what's really going on in Palm Beach with the people who actually make it happen. And most certainly she is one who makes it happen. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Doug.
So glad you're here. So now, tell us all about your background before you get into ASD services, which is what you're doing right now. ASD services, not services. Let's put it surfaces, like with an F, so plural. But tell us about your background and how you got in your journey to where you are today.
Yeah. So actually, I was never really into design. I went to school for criminal justice.
Okay.
And in order to pay for that, I bartended on the island for 3 or 4 years. That helped me basically take care of all my
criminal justice problems.
I met my now owner at ASD Surfaces at one of the restaurants, and she offered me a job. She liked my work ethic, and she said, "Would you like to work with me?" And I said yes. I needed a daytime, part-time job. So I started just answering phones, doing mostly assistant work. And then I ended up quitting the nightlife and got right into it with her full throttle in 2020, and I've been there with her now for almost 5 years. But
did you finish your criminal justice degree?
I did.
So it's not a crime then to be doing what you're doing. So we all know that now. Criminal justice is a tough field. I mean, that's where were you in school?
I went to private here to Kaiser University.
Okay, great school also. So criminal justice, because I know a lot of people in that field who are lawyers and who chase after all those kinds of people who get all of us in trouble, but that's okay. So you worked as a bartender, you were pursuing criminal justice with your degree, which is terrific, and then you took this part-time job answering phones with this design field. And you know, you said did you have an interest in design at that point in time?
No.
You just kind of said, I just need a job, right?
I needed a job, and I wanted some kind of office experience rather than just hospitality. But hospitality ended up playing a big part in my career now. So I'm very fortunate for being in that industry.
So with ASD, what does that stand for?
Architectural Surfaces and Designs.
All right, so that's what the design firm is. And so when you got in there and you started answering phones and doing things, did all of a sudden the owner of the company just say, well, do this or do that, or did you say, gosh, can I try this? Can I try that? How did that the genesis of this, how did that start to spread out though for you to be able to get more involved?
She was very good about giving me more tasks. She saw that my potential. I learned pretty fast, so she added more. I did more. Eventually I became her executive assistant and took on all of her accounts. And then about 3 years ago, I went on my own as a senior sales consultant. Well, I'm now a senior sales consultant. Back then I was a junior. And it's been great. Really, it was curiosity that really brought me into it. And I think that's still what is pushing me through all of this, is just the curiosity. Like, it's never a dull moment. You're always learning. It's always beautiful.
Customers,
I mean,
it's art. Well, it is art. And, you know, people don't understand that, you know, even if you're just selecting a tile or putting together design or whatever it is that you're doing to construct a home or a business, it is art. It takes a certain flair and finesse to be able to do that, right?
Yes.
And so you've learned all of that on the job.
The job, full experience.
And are you finding business to be good right now?
It's better than ever, I think.
Well, I think that's because 1,000 people a day are moving to Florida.
Yes.
And I think a lot of those people are moving to Palm Beach County, quite honestly. So tell us about your customer base. Who are your customers? What kind of customers are they? What do they do? And tell me more about, is it residential? Is it commercial? What is it? And some of the different challenges and opportunities with both of those.
Yeah. So I specialize mostly in luxury, high-end material and tile, both residential and commercial. However, my clientele is anywhere from your Palm Beach Island home to a spec home in, you know, maybe a different area. But we mostly just specialize in South Florida, but I've done projects all over the country and in a couple in other countries as well. But my, I guess my experience in hospitality has really taught me how to work with every kind of person.
Challenging.
Yeah, but, and you know, patience, smile, understanding. You have to see their side, but it's been really great.
Do you have customers who don't know what they want?
All the time.
All the time.
Yes.
And do they change their mind?
All the time.
And I'm assuming that some of these customers actually have budgets.
Every time.
Some of them, every time.
Yeah.
Even the ones who say they don't have a budget with endless money, they still have a budget.
Yes, everyone has a budget.
So what's the process? Let's not talk about the commercial people because they're putting together a business. Let's talk about the individual homeowner. How does that start? I mean, do you get involved with them when they first got their builder, or how does that work out for you?
So we have a couple of scenarios. We have the homeowner that already has a builder, has a designer, and they have a full plan, and they come in and the designer does most of the work, and I kind of just guide them and lead them into what they're envisioning. Now, the other scenario is when it's just a homeowner and they do not have a builder or a designer. That's fun when they don't have a designer and they come in and they're like, design my house.
What do I do?
In which we do. I try not to do that because I do really respect designers and I love all the work that they do. I mean, I couldn't imagine being an actual designer because they do a lot more than what we do. But really it's just kind of guiding them into what's trending or what's timeless, envisioning the space, helping elevate their ideas or project.
And what is the trend right now?
That's a tough question.
Yeah.
It's always shifting.
It's always shifting.
I am seeing a lot of checkerboard patterns.
Like black and white? Mm-hmm. Boy, that's old school, isn't it?
Yeah, timeless.
Well, it is timeless. It's timeless. I was just back from London. I was in a meeting over there, and you go into some of the old buildings built in the 1800s, and there they are, the black and white tiles. Yeah. And I'm talking the large ones. That look like a chessboard or a checkerboard. And I think, something, I've seen this several times over, but it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous. It's never going to get old. And a lot of people are now doing it with taupes and browns and neutral colors.
Really?
Beautiful. It's great.
What about color? What about color and design?
Nothing color. Neutrals are really in right now.
Okay.
And I love that because I'm a neutral person and I think that itself, it's timeless. And it's very easy to go in with neutral colors because then that's when the designers can then decorate the furniture, the wallpaper, or other areas like that.
We've got some great designers in this market. One of my favorites is Gil Walsh. Do you know Gil?
She's the best.
She is the best.
We love Gil Walsh.
I mean, Gil has been in the business for 30 plus years here in the market. She started off when there was not a lot of design going on down here. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting. I've been here 40 years. And so I've watched West Palm Beach turn from a place that you might not have wanted to live at some point in time because it didn't feel safe.
Yeah.
There were not a lot of new buildings downtown, and City Place did not exist yet when I first moved here. And the Kravis Center, which is our performing arts center, did not exist either. But now it's turned into this really metropolitan.
It's gorgeous. It's turned out great.
Beautiful. And you live in the city, I'm assuming.
I live in downtown West Palm. And it's funny you say that because I went to Palm Beach Gardens High School right here.
Okay.
And
are you a native?
No, I'm a New York native.
Okay, all right.
But I moved here fairly young. I was around 10 years old. I'm a Floridian now.
That's almost a native.
Yeah,
if you went to school here and you went to high school here, that's a native.
Yes.
So as you were saying, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so even when I was in high school, my parents wouldn't necessarily let me hang out in West Palm Beach or in downtown. But it's funny, as soon as I turned 18, I moved right into downtown, and I've been living there now for 11 years. And even in the past 11 years, which doesn't seem like a lot of time, there's been so much change, with so much progress. And living downtown now, I love it. I love the saying where they say work, play, live. That's my favorite.
Live, work, play.
That's literally what we do.
Well, that's neat because, it's a very livable city, and people don't realize that West Palm Beach is very, very livable. It's just across the bridge from Palm Beach, which is where I live, but it's all one town now. It's all one big market.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Nobody really considers it West Palm now. It's mostly, everyone really just calls it
the Palm Beaches. And what are your thoughts? I mean, because the downtown, to me, I would have said up until 2 or 3 years ago is fully developed. It's not. There are big new buildings going up.
So much coming.
Mr. C, the C building is going up. There's another one next to that going up, which is next to the big, beautiful Restoration Hardware. But I would think those kinds of buildings create opportunity for people like you in your field, correct?
Absolutely. We love projects like that. I love a good commercial project.
And what do you think about the downtown spreading north?
I see that happening. I love what they're doing with Northwood and with the new project with Nora. Shout out to Ned Grace.
Yeah, that's okay.
I think it's great. I actually drive through Northwood to get to work every day in North Palm Beach. That's where our showroom is located, our main one. And it's a little sketchy, but now you can see all the progress that's happening. So it's great to envision what's going to actually be there in the next couple of years, and it's going to really help people move into those areas.
I think it will also. I think that there's some of the spaces in not just West Palm Beach, but the entire area. There's some areas that are going through a regentrification. Is that the right term?
Yes.
And what I didn't realize until I'd done a podcast with a guy named Naiomy Duerr, who I assume you know, we were talking about how the West Palm Beach is also doing like Palm Beach now, making sure people keep the facades of their houses, that they're really making sure that they're keeping that South Florida feel, that West Palm Beach feel.
Which is a great opportunity for us.
It's a great opportunity. And I didn't realize that. I just thought that the town of Palm Beach is very specific when it comes to how you design your house and what you can and cannot do. Right down to the color of paint that goes on the door. I did not realize until my interview with him that West Palm Beach is doing the same thing.
Yeah, and it's great for us, and it actually.
Why is it great for you? Tell me more.
Well, specifically, if they need to keep up with the facade, it's a lot of the exterior, which we provide: pavers, facades, all great exterior products.
So it's good for your business then?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you provide them the opportunity to keep the look that they had, so it's not going to change, correct?
Absolutely.
Well, that's really cool. But then you also have the interior.
Yes.
All right.
So that's where we can then jump in and then ask if they need something done inside.
When I see those houses over there, I call them bungalows. Is that a good term?
Yeah, that's actually how I envision them too.
They're bungalows from the 1920s.
Yeah.
And
they're cute.
They're very, very cute, but you can do what you want on the inside, but you can't touch the outside, correct? Is that what it kind of boils down to when it comes to the regulations and the variances for the zoning?
For the front side, or I guess the facade. The facade, I guess, in certain situations, but a lot of the backyard, you're able to really do whatever you want.
Yeah, I've been into a couple of those projects, and you pull up to this old house, you think, boy, what's this going to be here? And you walk in, and it's this whole world of really newness explodes towards you, and it's really very, very cool. And you mentioned, some of the areas are kind of sketchy. Well, that's all changing. It's all changing. I mean, I think at some point in time, when you have houses that cost a certain amount of money, then that's going to change the demographics of people who are living in those neighborhoods. And I'm seeing a lot of neighborhoods with kids, with families. Are you seeing a lot of that also? Well,
yes, a lot of families moving in. So we got to get these schools. We got to get more schools. Let's just say that.
We have more schools. Well, there's a bunch of private schools that are popping up. Of course, there's the great ones, that are really terrific schools. The public schools, of course, I think some of them are very, very, very good, quite honestly. What I understand, though, is we have a teacher shortage in the state of Florida, which is more of the issue than the amount of schools. So we've got to get that fixed. So with you and your business, you're doing residential. Tell me about some of the commercial things you've done, because we've focused pretty much on residential so far. What are some examples of commercial work you've done?
So some of the ones I've recently done, it's hospitality ones. We did.
What's hospitality? Restaurant, hotels?
Restaurants. I did the new steakhouse, Pink Steak.
Oh, which is wonderful, by the way.
It's great.
Love Pink Steak.
He did a great job. He really had a fun vision for that we were really able to.
It's fun. It's
fun.
Cool. It is fun.
We were able to really match that and make it happen. So that was a great one.
I didn't realize that was your project. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
It works. It's totally cool.
We did a couple of things at the Buchan Sandwich Shop. Okay. We did a couple of the Lenoras.
Right.
Pretty close friends with.
Which is amazing,
Angela,
by the way.
Yeah. They do. They're expanding so much, and it's great because they're using a lot of the same material, so they look very much alike.
So when you go from one Lenora's to another, you feel comfortable because you're familiar with this with the look, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
And not ones that I did, but my company, specifically Nina, the owner, she did the lobby of the Bristol.
Okay.
Which not a lot of people know that.
I had no idea.
She's done quite a few Ritz across the state, but she does a lot of big ones.
Yeah, the Bristol.
I'm getting there.
You will get there. You've been at this for 3 years as a senior person, so just give it time. It will happen, especially with what I see as endless opportunities here in the Palm Beaches. If there's ever a time to come move here to get a job or to start a business, now is the time to do it. Nothing to compete with you, by the way, but start any other business. The Bristol, for folks who are listening, it was the first big new condo development in West Palm Beach. I had mentioned this with another person I did an interview with, and people on the island sold their big old houses. which are big. We're talking 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 square foot houses that sell for 10, 20, 30, 40, or $175 million, and moved to the Bristol. And people didn't think it was going to happen, and it did.
Oh yeah, and I think a lot of it really is just the convenience of the Bristol. I mean, you have everything in that building, and then you're able to walk everywhere from there.
It is. It's amazing because it's adjacent to the new building that went up. I think it's called One Flagler,
which was gorgeous. I went to the
gorgeous
opening.
building.
So nice.
And they've got a great restaurant that people are going to. You see Flagler Point, which is being renovated now, which is one of the original high rises in downtown. It's pink now, so once you come here for vacation or come to stay in one of our wonderful hotels, it's a pink clad kind of marble building, but they're changing the outside, I think, to modernize it. So all of this is happening, and I understand that, with Ross Related, they're putting up a bunch more towers downtown that are also residential, but also offices. Do you do offices? Have you done some offices? Or office
Yeah,
space?
we have. Mm-hmm.
So offices are part of your milieu also to do those things.
I would love to get more offices because those are the ones that really you're just using one material, one floor, and you're spreading it through across the lobbies and the offices.
So with all the things you've done, before we wrap up here, with all the things you've done, what's been your favorite project and why? And you're thinking, oh my, I've done so many. I have to pick one or two.
I already know which one.
Okay.
I had a beautiful project that we did with Naiomy Homes in Palm Beach. One of the homes, I can't say the name, but it was just so detailed. Every room was a different design. It was like almost like every room was a different character. And the overall, once I saw it completely gutted to then seeing it completely redone, and it was just, that was the moment I think that I realized this is what I'm meant to be doing.
I was going to ask you, what was the epiphany? What was the moment in your life said, I am where I need to be, doing what I need to do?
And I love it.
And you love it. You can tell by the look on your face. You smile, you light up when you talk about these things. Anything I didn't cover with you today that you'd like to put out there?
No, I think we did pretty well.
So if somebody wants to get a hold of you, how do they reach you?
You can call me at 561-420-3637 or at my work email, Naiomy, and that's spelled Naiomy at asdsurfaces.com.
And social media?
Naiomy V_ASD.
You've been listening to Doug Evans. This is your Palm Beach Guide. It's a behind-the-scenes look of the people who make it happen, the people who bring beauty, quite honestly, to the Palm Beaches. And I'm really excited to have you here today. And you're kind to take time out of your busy work schedule. I understand that you just got married a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago. And,
I did.
And congratulations on that. May you have a wonderful, wonderful life together with your incredible husband. Congratulations on that. And congratulations on all your successes. And I know that with you and the energy you put into this, the love that I see on your face for what you do, you're going to be super, super successful. So tune in wherever you get your favorite podcast, whether it's YouTube, Spotify, you figured out we're there. Every week we drop a new episode. Your Palm Beach Guide, Doug Evans, President and CEO of the Palm Beach Chamber of Commerce. Come visit us, come see us, and more important, move here and hire Naiomy. Take care. Thanks so much.